My name is Natalia Rodriguez, and I've been coming to St. Paul for about 4 or 5 years. And we started coming here because our daughter Sophia was enrolled in preschool when she was 2 years old.
My name is Karen Toomey Gibson. I am a member of St. Bonaventure Catholic Church, but I have been involved with St. Paul since my children were 3 years old.
When my daughter Sophia started preschool, she was 2 years old, and I didn't think that such a small person could get a lot in the way of religion, but I was surprised to see how little people can grow in the faith.
My name is Mark Brink, and I've served in the Florida-Georgia District in the district office since 1993.
My children both went to preschool here, and since then I've been involved by being a Girl Scout leader whose troop has been welcome to use the facilities here. We attend every year's Blessing of the Backpacks. We haven't missed a VBS.
I see early childhood program, you know, that has just been phenomenal over the years, and the way that it's touched lives of children and families in the community.
From the time my kids can remember, St. Paul has been a big part of their lives, the way that they view themselves as Christians, and part of their memories of childhood.
Over the years, this has nourished and changed our entire family, as we too have grown in our faith by being here.
I am Debs Myers, and I have been a member of St. Paul's for about 3 years. I'm a nurse, and actually I work in the insurance world, and I've got the responsibilities for all the clinical programs for the nurses and social workers that really try to make a difference in people's lives and get them the services that they need to keep them healthy.
So we were definitely grateful and active in the preschool community. And as they got older, they became involved in VBS, both as participants and then as volunteers. And they can't imagine starting their summers off any other way.
I am really impressed with how engaged we are with the community, and not just those that live right around this church. It's really pervasive, and I see it across so many different areas, from the bold justice, where you're looking at helping people who are really struggling with significant health conditions, jobs, and then looking at the youth. I just love it when I see how many kids come.
I've seen some pretty crazy VBS stuff the last few years in particular, but I know that that's the kind of thing that excites people.
But as my kids are now teenagers, they've also been welcome with open arms to attend the youth services here and participate in the high school youth group, which they have taken advantage of.
My name is John Flint, and I have the privilege of being the city manager of the city of Weston. When we first started as a city almost 20 years ago, we had an unfortunate incident in the property adjacent to the church property at the city's Tequesta Trace Park. And the next morning, Pastor Tim calls me and says, "How can we help?"
The sense about the ministry was that it wasn't just on that campus, that it went beyond the campus.
And that's the first impression I had. And it's such a wonderful impression to have for somebody to call and not complain, but to ask how they can help.
My name is Chrisman Maxina. My husband and me, we got a church, and then we working together, and then very hard with our members to give more information about God.
There is a quotation that I try to hold dear to my heart, that there are two things that I know to be true. One is that I am a child of God, and the second is that so is everybody else. And one of the strongest impressions that I have of St. Paul is that this is a place where those truths are lived out, both in daily life and in the community.
The blessings of the animals. It always brings a smile to my face when I see the event permit's been pulled for it. And I said, you know, what a great thing that we can take time out for something such as that, when there's so much else going on in people's lives, and that St. Paul takes time out to have a blessing for the animals, for the entire community.
St. Paul do a lot, and then I say thank to the Lord, the way God put St. Paul in my way to help me with my church.
This is a congregation that wants to participate in the community that wants only good for the community and wants to help the community in every way that it can.
You feed my church. You give me a lot of food to feed the other people outside, to the other church, the other family. In case if someone is hungry, I can give that to the person, you know.
My name is Kathy Dykstra, and I became aware of St. Paul through the Adamsons. One of the most special and coolest things I did was to join the team from St. Paul that went to Haiti last January. I was humbled by the people there.
St. Paul reminds me to be generous and kind and to serve others each and every day.
The fact that we go into Haiti and really make a difference and have this sort of home there that is our extension is just wonderful.
I've just been so blessed to go to Haiti and to see our members in action.
When I think of St. Paul, the words that come to mind so easily for me are welcoming, kind, and loving.
When I walk into St. Paul's, I have this feeling of peacefulness. My brain and my heart are so full with other stuff, I just forget to make space for God. And when I walk in here, all of that falls away.
I feel happy when I come to St. Paul. I really feel loved and welcomed.
St. Paul has changed everything for me.
So that peacefulness that I feel here, the friendliness, that folks are here to help and they care, and that to me is a blessing that this church has, and just to me is a testament of the Spirit-filled place that this is.
Beginning from the first time that we stepped foot on here as preschool parents, through every aspect of the way that we've participated since then, we have been made to feel welcome and loved.
You have a sense of kindness when you come here, and it's not just from the building or the songs or the hymns, but it's the people that are here that share the same love that I have for Jesus with all.
We just have a heart here, and I see the people here and how much they have the servant's heart to make a difference, reach out, give themselves of their time, talents, and treasures.
There is an enthusiasm, and there is a joyful spirit that seems to be kind of part of the DNA of the congregation. And I don't know exactly where that comes from, but I got a feeling it all has a lot to do with the desire to serve the Lord.
Our future is the next generation. And how can we help give them the values, the Christian faith and morals, and some very sound ways to make tough decisions? And it gets harder and harder for families.
One of the things I would love to see St. Paul do is become more active in their missions as we did to Haiti.
Being a partner with the district, as St. Paul has been for so many years, certainly supporting financially the work that we do together, but also sharing staff resources.
The congregation at St. Paul have chosen to make an investment in St. Paul with the recent renovations that occurred. And I will tell you that speaks volumes to us as a community, that our residents are willing to make an investment into their respective congregations because they're making an investment in the city of Weston.
And so together, sharing our resources, that's the way we make a difference. So I would just hope that St. Paul would continue to be a strong partner in the years to come and help to accomplish things that we just can't do by ourselves.
Going forward, you've made that investment. St. Paul has made that investment for the future, and it's not just for the members of St. Paul today, but it's for the members ongoing. It'll perpetuate itself, and long after we're all moved on, that St. Paul's will still be thriving well into the future to serve the Lutheran community in Weston.
To be able to carry that into the future would not only be phenomenal for St. Paul, but it's also for others who see it and say, gee whiz, I'd kind of like to be like them, or find out why they are that way.
From little people to high school kids, it's amazing to see how the vibe of young people here is so wonderful and healthy. And I would love to see St. Paul continuing that work.
And to be able to have all of us look at what gifts and talents do we have that we can contribute to that, to plant those seeds and grow those even more and more than what we already have. I think that would be a great value to bring to this community.
St. Paul's is a huge asset to the city of Weston, and we wish them success for many years and for all the celebrations to come to all the good families at St. Paul's.
Here am